Welcome to this video on my channel. This is the actual first video of the series about the Asperger Syndrome. If you want a short overview on what I will cover in the series and my personality, I'll leave a link in the description and in the upper right corner. In this episode, I talk about one of my biggest problems at work: abnormal movement and weird behavior related to it. I talk about how something that is typical for me and normal in my moves results with people questioning if I am some kind of weirdo. Let's believe you are at work and you have to tighten a screw with a torque handle. And normally you would tighten it with your whole body weight, pulling on it, and one foot actually behind your back, like a step back, to if you slip off that screw, that you don't immediately fall on the concrete floor, because it is actually pretty safe. I don't do that and get pointed out by my colleagues every time when I'm pulling on the torque handle with both feet pretty much in a straight line under the torque handle and me pulling it to myself, and if I would slip off it I would straight fall down to the floor. I don't do that because it doesn't feel natural for me or comfortable. And that is only one example. Others would be that I have an unusual manner of shaking my leg, specifically my right leg, when I'm sitting down, and it shakes up and down. And when I'm wearing shoes, others can hear that, and sometimes people get annoyed by that sound. I do it naturally, like I don't even recognize it myself until people point it out on me, and I immediately stop. Once I went to cinema with a friend, and in the middle of the film there was tension that built up in the film, and my legs started to shake because I was nervous. And after a while, and it didn't stop, my friend turned his head to me and said and whispered, annoyed, "Could you please stop that?" And I immediately stopped meanwhile he said it. But before the movie ended, it happened again, and my friend was even more annoyed, and he had a face that he was like a serial killer about to kill me. Later that day, we watched a show together, and it happened again, but not because there was tension built up, but because I was feeling insecure inside myself and had fear. And he got very angry and a little bit screamed at me. I almost started to cry because I was so hurt. When I told him how I was feeling, we let a few minutes pass to calm down a bit and then kept going. Another example that is mostly unusual, is that I like to twist things around my finger, like a pea, a can, or even my Fire TV remote. It somewhat calms me down, but when I twist a key in public, it looks very questionable. I even sometimes pinch myself to actually just do something and not have my hands just lying around on my knee or somewhere else. I also have sometimes out of control actions where I move my arm weirdly or walk with the widest steps ever seen, but those take over me, and it happens usually when my brain doesn't cooperate with the rest of my body. One thing that is also common is that I drop things, which is not that unusual because many people drop things. But what is to be noted that there's always someone to come to me and say every time, well, the way you carried that, it is not a surprise it fell down. Yes, it is normal that sometimes I will drop something, but it is because of something inside me that I lose the fine controls of my hands and it just slides out. Like when I'm carrying a box, I don't really feel my fingertips, and then at some point I'm wondering why the package is on the floor. That is the end of that video. I would like if you give me a feedback on it and leave comments if you want to know more detailed information that I will cover in a separate reading comments video. If you find my content great, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. I'll try to get a video out every Sunday-ish. I will see if it will work. If you really want to help me, share those videos and share this playlist to spread awareness about any mental issues for that matter that aren't obvious out of the box when you look at someone at first sight. I will leave a link to the playlist of this entire series either on the screen, in the video description, or in the upper right corner. We will see us in the next video, and as an Austrian, I say, Viert euch, goodbye.